writings, yeah. The ancient writings, yeah.
All right, you got Facebook.
Amazing.
I know.
All right, hold on.
Have you ever gone to go to Egypt, Julie?
Oh yeah, I'd love to go there.
Oh, that would be awesome. I get the best tan if I was there. What do you think? Wow.
Whoa.
Have you ever gone to go to Egypt, Julie?
Hold on.
Huh?
Okay.
I don't know who is with you, Susan. I don't know this other
Okay.
lady.
I'm Susan. Which you know. I just figured I'd announce it again. And then we have Stephanie. Stephanie's
Stephanie.
our promotion director slash host all the time. You have to turn the volume
Nice to
on
meet
now.
you.
And then Michelle's in the bathroom.
Well, we know Michelle.
Yeah. It's a different
Oh
bathroom.
my goodness. I gotta turn the volume off on everything.
Are you guys?
To mute it.
Are you guys in cold weather?
No,
Yeah.
it's not too bad.
Here we go.
Yeah. Well, to them, it's not cold.
Yeah, no, not cold at all.
Yeah, we've
That's
been lucky.
So, come on over, people. Why
Come
is it still
on down to Girls Rock It Out night.
That's right. This is ladies' night.
And D7.
Ladies' night, peeps. Ladies' night.
That's right.
All right.
Because I made an appearance tonight for you guys in my bathrobe.
And her bathrobe.
Okay?
How did you break your
1 minute until showtime.
I have the worst luck, Julie. You know how a fish flops its fin and makes that slap on the floor? The top of my foot when I fell pretty much did the exact same thing on the cement. I fell forward and got a really weird break in a weird place that they don't think will heal. Well, some time. I have a cast on my leg right now.
Okay, I want you to go to the health food store and get yourself some collagen type 2.
What is it called?
Collagen. I'll type it out. I'll have to PM me, okay?
Okay.
And I'll
All
type
right,
it
we
out
got
for
23 minutes, peeps, and 2 calls on hold.
Ooh. Yeah, we have one not that far
All
from
right,
us.
shh. We're going live 17 seconds.
Why is this not working for me right now?
What?
I'm trying. I can't type. I can't get it down to.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Swanbeck, CEO of the ATU Network. This work is protected by Creative Commons licensing.
For the next 2 fun-filled hours, get ready to learn something new, be inspired, enlightened, spooked, helped, laugh, cry, and be awakened. And now, your host of Awakening the Unknown. You never know what these two will be up to next. So please welcome Susan Smunbeck and Michelle Sullivan.
And Stephanie Pereira.
And we are going to switch that very, very soon. We got somebody working on the new intro. Stephanie's trying to get into the chat room, and the chat room's giving her a hard time. And I just want to say welcome. We got Michelle here. Next, we got to get her out of her bathrobe. But we'll get there.
Hi,
Michelle is on in the rooms today. So a little bit of mishap with the broken foot, and then the wrong medication that affected her diabetes. So yeah, it dropped her even lower than what she was. So she's still in the house. So yeah. So and again, Julie, welcome, Julie. Julie Severin's over here in the house with us tonight. What is wrong with this? Can you hear me, honey?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we've had Julie on before, and I know that she does past life readings, but I also know that she's very passionate about building up energy, going through meditations. We do have a couple people in the chat room already over for Block Talk, but I thought it would be really good to maybe start the show with a little bit of building up of energy. And Julie's nice enough to actually take us through a meditation, and we're just going to be the musical background for her as she does this. It'll be fun because we'll build the energy through the music, through her form of meditation, build up some energy, get some positiveness actually going out there and really sending it out to the earth and everybody that needs it right now, especially close to the holidays.
Awesome. But I don't have an instrument, guys. Not seeing.
Yeah, you know, my phone is going a mile a minute. All right,
That's
we'll try
me.
that. One of those days.
But not me.
Yeah, so, I mean, flute's kind of loud. I can do the flute here and there to her voice. We got little drums, we've got little singing bowls, we've got some tinctures. So, we've got all kinds of cool stuff, which the tinctures might be a little loud for her. So, we'll figure this out. So we're going to do a little building of energy is what we're going to do right now. And Julie's going to lead the way, and then we will get over to the people in the Blog Talk Radio. But right now, I really would love to build this energy up to everybody in the world. And Julie's actually going to lead. We're just going to do musical background.
We got to manifest some energy, everybody. Come on, everybody needs some good positive energy right now.
There you go.
Let's do this.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta give my kid a piece of paper. All right. You lead the way. We're your musical background. We're your backup band.
Okay, what I'd like to do is I'd like to do an invocation first, because that will, it brings everybody to the same level. And so what we'll do is we'll do an invocation. I have no idea what I'm going to do or say right now. I'm just going to follow my instincts and intuitions and go with it.
All right.
So, all right. So the first thing I'd like everybody to do is just close your eyes. And I'd like you to take 3 deep breaths in through the nose as far as you can bring it, and then out through the mouth, because that tells your brain that it's going to slow down and go into a restful state. Okay, so as I speak, you're going to listen to my voice, and your body will respond according to what I say. It's a meditation, but what happens is it puts you into a mild hypnotic state. The only thing that you'll end up hearing will be my own voice and maybe some of the drumming and the music in the background. But what you're going to be doing is completely relaxing and allowing for healing to move in. So after you've taken your deep breaths, I would like you to visualize yourself on the edge of a cliff. And as you're on the edge of this cliff, there are 4 steps as you go towards the edge. Notice that you have your spirit animal with you. Your spirit animal is with you and will become one with you while you are doing this meditation. So as you take your first step, feel your body just start to relax, and absolutely you can't feel your feet all the way up to your knees. As you take the second step towards the cliff, you can't feel from your knees up to your hips, and you feel absolutely peaceful and absolutely no pain in your body. Everything is painless. And you feel nothing but light coming in. As you take the third step from your hips up to your shoulders, you have no feeling in your body. You're completely out of pain. You feel absolutely peaceful. And all you can hear is my voice. And when you get to the 4th step, your neck and shoulders and head are every part of your body is completely numb now. And just allow for me to do this invocation to bring you down to the level where we are all going to be, which is light. God, Goddess, source of all that is. As we are our God self, the light flows through us, around us, guides us, protects us, heals us, grounds us, uplifts us, prepares us to be of greater service to ourselves, to all of humankind, to all of the planet, and to all of the cosmos. All that is of love and light enters now. All else is removed with love and returned to the Creator to be transmuted back into light. All cells voided in us are filled back up with light. We are the light and we are the way. We're the will of God, the love of God, and a daily source of God. So it is. And now your bodies are completely weightless and you feel absolutely wonderful. No pain, just joy in the body. And so what you desire to do now, you are at the edge of the cliff. Visualize yourself jumping off and letting your angel wings burst out of your back. Do know that your spirit animal is here with you as well. Bring them along. Jump off of that cliff and fly. And as you fly, you can see all around you. You're over a winding river. It's quite snaky, and it feels absolutely gorgeous and peaceful for you. There is no pain in your body, and all you can hear is my voice at this point. You just feel absolutely peaceful inside. And there is only light emitting from your body. So as you fly over this snaky river, what I would like you to do is fly down to the river just above it so that you would be flying right over the river. And I would like you to visualize the light from your heart, your eyes, the top of your head, and the bottom of your feet going every direction, to the sky, to the ground, to the water, everywhere. Allow this light to shine onto the planet with pure white light of love, pure God light coming from you. Absolute peace and tranquility is in your body right now. You are healing as we speak. All of your DNA is changing. It is allowing for you to bring the new energy in. Your four-body system is going into balance. And you are sending light from your body directly into Mother Earth, out into the sky, out towards the great central sun, towards the moon, towards everything around us, every planet in our universe, all of them, sending that love and light everywhere. And deeply, deeply into the planet as you're flying over the planet. As you fly, your light is going right in and helping her to heal and helping her to become one with you. It is absolutely the most beautiful place to go. You feel really lovely. You have no pain anywhere. And you can feel your DNA and all of your cells in your body are infusing with light as you become one with Mother Earth. And so I'm asking now that you go down deeper into the water and swim in the water and follow that water all the way along until it comes to the ocean. Just swim in it and be one with it. Follow it till you get all the way to the ocean. And when you get to the ocean, dive deep in. You have omnipotent power as being who you are right now. You have the ability to do anything that your heart desires, anything that you can visualize. So visualize yourself now deep into the ocean. You've gone from the river to the ocean, and you are so deep into the water. And visualize that light of yours, and it's cleaning up the water as you swim through it. Everything about you is healing everything around you. You are so full of love right now. You are amazing. Continue to allow those feelings to come through you and visualize that your cells are rewriting the cells in the water rewriting the fish in the water, the mammals in the water, the algae in the water, the seaweed in the water, turning all of it to alkaline and healed, removing any toxins in the water, removing any toxins from your body. Everything is healing as you do this. Your DNA is rewriting, and you are rewriting the DNA of the planet as you are doing this work. Visualize yourself absolutely powerful, omnipotent, bright white light. It is like you are a huge beacon of light down there in the water, and you are healing everything as you swim. You are amazing with your abilities. There's a dolphin has swum up to you. Give it a hug. Just hug it. And there's a beautiful sperm whale and a blue whale, and there are every dolphin of every type is swimming beside you. All of the fish and the mammals in the water know what you're doing, and they're here to help you. And they just design make it as smooth and clear and clean as possible because they live in the water. We are of the water. We came out of the water. Let us be of the water again, caring, loving, peaceful, healing. Let us put this healing into the water with all of our intent and our love. You can breathe down there too. You can breathe in that water. So as you are breathing, breathe in the toxins, clear them with your white light, and breathe them back out so that they are pure and clear as you are doing it. Absolute healing is what is happening here. For you, your DNA, for Mother Earth and her DNA. And so swim in the water, see yourself in the Pacific Ocean, and then move to the Atlantic Ocean and do the same thing. Visualize yourself swimming through this water, healing Mother Earth, healing the water, because it is the essence of the earth, and it is most powerful, and it is most caring, and it needs serenity as much as humankind does. We are all in the place where serenity is what we are seeking, and it is what Mother Earth desires as well. So let us send that serenity into the water so that it can be calm and not choose to be so turbulent. And let's just love that water into peace and serenity. As we swim, we just love it. We bless it, we heal it. And we bless ourselves and we heal ourselves as well. We are so powerful with what we can do. So visualize yourself doing that. You feel no pain in your body right now because you are healing as we speak. Your DNA is rewriting. Pay attention to that. As you can feel that light in your eyes, you can emit that light back out into the water. So do. Send that light with love, total love and caring. You are most powerful. If you could see the light that you are, you would be so amazed. It is like the whole of the water is lit up with beautiful white light, healing it, bringing it to a cleanse, bringing it to a place where it is healing with the most intent of love that we could ever put into it. And so now, come back out of the Atlantic Ocean and go to the Indian Ocean and do the same thing. Swim through, send love. The Indian Ocean is one of the dirtiest. Send it love, send it healing, send it clarity, send it white light to heal the animals in the water, to heal everything in the water, to heal the water itself. I can see all of you in this water, and your light is amazing. It's just beautiful. And the healing is happening at breakneck speed. So allow yourself this peace to know that you are doing something to help Mother Earth. And so go to the Arctic Ocean and swim under the ice.
I have no idea.
Sorry.
Sorry about that, guys. All this move. Sometimes my equipment freaks out, and I do apologize for that.
Send the healing into the water, into the Arctic Ocean. Visualize how much you love her. Visualize how much you love Mother Earth, and heal the walruses and the seals and the sea lions and the whales, so that all are happy and content, and the water is healed. All toxins are removed, and we send that energy directly into the oceans, all of them. And as you do this work on the Arctic Ocean, visualize yourself now flying up out of the sea and coming up to the land, and visualize yourself going to all of the beautiful points on the planet that require healing. Become 144,000 of yourself and take your energy to every place on the planet that requires healing. Industrial, commercial, pollution, factories, everything you can think of, every country that you can think of. Visualize healing in those countries, and that they learn new ways to do things. They learn new ways to have industry without harming Mother Earth and harming us. We actually are asking to put the information into the people who do this work to help them to come up with cleaner ways. And it's their idea, and they desire to do it because they now know Mother Earth is needing to heal. And we as people are also requiring to heal. So let us all merge as one, with one light, one heart, one vision, that this whole planet becomes one with healing, love, and light. As you do this, visualize everything is cleaning up as you are putting your energy through. As you are flying over the planet, blow the winds into a place of healing and love, so the messages can be received in every single corner of the planet. And use that as your intent to help others to become one. Use that as your intent to help others to find that oneness, so they can recognize that each of us is connected by a cord from our hearts, and we all love each other so much. There is no anger, no hatred, no nothing, just love. Let us be that. Let us be calm. Let us know the work we are doing is helping the planet. And as you feel so peaceful inside of yourself, receive the healing inside of yourself. Be given the vision to look inside your own body and see what you must work on. And as you are being given that vision, you will see the white light shining around the organs in your body, around your bones, anywhere that you feel that you need healing. And give gratitude to your body for looking after you. Give gratitude to Mother Earth for looking after you, for she cares so much about you. And it's time for you to care so much about her. Care about yourself. Be this beautiful bright light that you are in all that you are doing. Use your intent to create the reality you desire. And look at the beautiful glowing lights inside of your body telling you what it is that requires to heal inside of you. And just send that energy that way as a golden ball of light from you, from your heart, directly into your body. Receive the healing and feel no pain anywhere in your body. Just know that you are a powerful being of God. You are amazing. You are the creation of God. You are a creator God, and you are built in the image of God. And so be that God that you are, the creator God, and visualize this healing far past this day, every day from now on. Visualize what you are doing with every step you take. Put your intent into Mother Earth to heal her as you walk, to love her in whatever you're doing. And so, as you are healing and you are receiving the love of all of the angels, you have become omnipotent with all of this work you're doing with yourself. Bring all of yourselves together now to come back. Bring all of yourselves back to Mother Earth, to your essence, to oneness again. And fly up away from the land, up into the sky to fly back to the cliff where we stood. And as you land at the first step, your head is completely awake now, and you're awake. And you can feel your head and shoulders. And as you take the second step onto the cliff, you can feel from your shoulders, your arms, your torso, your hands, everything is waking back up, and you feel healed, and you feel pure, and you feel nothing but white light all through your body. And you just feel absolutely relaxed and wonderful. And as you get to the third step, down to your knees, you can feel your legs, you can feel your body. Everything is completely aligned again, and the healing is going on. And you can feel that warmth inside your torso from the light. And as you go to the last step, you can feel all the way down to your feet. You're grounded. You're back into your body. You are whole. You are healed. You are love. And you are so in tune with your body now. You are in tune with Mother Earth, and you are loved. Open your eyes and see the amazing person that you are. And when you do that, you will see how bright the light is around you, because you have been engulfed by God. So it is.
Awesome. Very nice. Yeah, a couple of times the sound issues with all the construction or deconstruction on the outside of the house and me packing, my wires get all muffed up today, so I do apologize for that, and I guess I missed some of the dust from them too. Oh, okay.
We did it anyway.
Yes, we did. All right, now that we've got you guys...
Oh, it was a nice little vacation.
Yeah, now that we got you guys nice and relaxed, now we're going to make some noise. So now yeah, see, and this is how you work together, and this is what it is. She's got you completely relaxed and feeling really good and positive. So now we want you to make some noise. I want your inner music to come out. You don't have to have an instrument. You don't have to have drums or flutes or singing bowls, anything. I want your beautiful inner heart energy to come out. If it's humming, I want you to hum. If it's tapping your knee, I want you to tap your knee. If you feel like clapping, clap. I want everybody to start building this energy up with us. We're going to send it out. We're going to send it out to the earth, but we're also going to send it out to everybody right now who's having an issue over the holidays. So I want to build, and I want to make some noise. You guys want to make some noise with me here? You want to make some noise? Ready to make some noise? Let's get this positive, loving, beautiful white light energy that she just showed you how to do. Now, let's get it out there. You ready? Let's make some noise, people. Louder. Louder. More noise. More noise. This loud, peeps. Make that noise. Bring that loud and out. Bring in your love. Let your heart shine. You want to hum. You want to sing. You want to play spoons. I want to build this energy up like beyond belief right now. I want to build it. Build it louder. Feel it coming out. More. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. I want to build that noise. Build that up. Get those dogs going in the background. There you go. Build that up. Keep going. It's almost there. Can you feel it? Can you see it? Can you guys feel this? This is a connection of positivity going out to everybody. Absolutely everybody. And what you did with the ball, she showed you how to do. And I want you to take that ball and I want you to push it out to everybody in need. Emotionally, physically, mentally. I want it all out there. I want everybody to be healed. I want the extra to go to the earth for those that don't require the energy if we build too much. I want everything going out there. You guys got this? Let's just make some noise.
Go, Steph.
Steph's making some noise over here. Alright, and set. How do you guys feel now?
I felt it.
You got relaxed. You got some energy built. You get to send it out there. I mean, great combo. Come on.
Yes.
Awesome. I tell you, my animals started going cuckoo. They were all...
I can only see your animals, honey.
Oh, sorry. I gotta turn it around again. Oh. They
There
went cuckoo.
she
They loved it.
is. Sooner or later, you know, when she doesn't have this thing on, she's walking around better, so that's good. We'll actually get her back over dressed up in all her crazy outfits. So I hope you guys enjoy
I can't wait.
making
Trust me, I
noise
already have
here.
my Christmas elf outfit ready.
Well, you better get going, girl. Christmas elves can wear cats too.
I know, but it sucks because it doesn't match my cat.
Yeah. So
it doesn't match my cat.
That's just like a really good, I think, combination between you getting them in the meditative state and bringing in the light, and then us coming in with the noise and just bringing and raising the vibrational energy of everybody. Because everybody resonates with different types of things.
Yeah.
And I know that you're very good and very passionate about the earth. Because every time I listen to her live feed, really passionate about the earth.
Yes.
Michelle, I love you, but you're very distracting, sweetie. And all we're seeing is this boot cast and the dog's butt. Would you expect any different from her? So, oh my goodness. So, I know that you do meditation. I know that you work a lot. But tell me a little bit more about yourself before we get too much into any questions or anybody has for you who's on Blog Time. Tell us more about yourself. I know that you do meditations, which everybody just saw. Last time you did do past lives. So tell us more. We want more.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
I do meditations. I do healings. I do distance healings. I'm clairvoyant, clairsentient, and clairaudient. So I see, feel, and hear. And so I have the ability, I can do past lives. I can see the Akashic records, so I can see what you've been, how many times, when you've done it, where. I write books. I've written a book about Jesus and his wife and children called What Child Is This? That book is just in editing. And then I've got another book on Amazon called Linear to Zigzag, Healing the Planet Human. I wrote that one way back in 96. And I actually started the Jesus book in 96. I finished it by 2000, and then I had my accident in 2003, so I didn't finish everything, right? So now it's in editing, and I'm working on the second because it's a trilogy. The first book is around 600 pages. The second book, I'm now up to about 70,000 words in it, so it's really great growing now too.
Wow.
I wrote a fairy tale for little children as well, and I'm a mother. I am a mother. I have two daughters, and I have 7 granddaughters. I have been married. Yeah, I've been married for 42 years.
Wow, good for you.
Wow, the same man?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I know.
More than most, I tell you, Julie.
Well, she's been married for 42 years to the same guy. Yep. I don't know how she fits another one in there.
Yeah.
I mean, you just, and again, I know that you run a page on Facebook. It's Mind, Spirit, and Body. I'm sorry, having a brain.
It's Mind, Body, Spirit Healing Group. And then we also have an addition to it called Mind, Body, Spirit Healing Kitchen and Remedies. So what we're doing is we're sharing healthy foods, healthy ideas, how to build your body back up, things to help you with healing yourself. Because to me, it's more important than anything that we understand that we are not just a spirit.
Right.
We are spirit embodied into the human. And so we have to look after all 4 bodies. It's really important that we do that.
Yes.
So I'm very much an advocate, and I've taken body work courses. If somebody comes to my house, I can actually do visceral manipulation, craniosacral therapy, orthobionomy, a whole bunch of different things to help you I can actually take your organs and move them in your body just with my hands. I can actually do that from distance too. But yeah.
Michelle's like this.
I'm making the list right now.
Yeah, she's coming closer and she's making a list going.
Take them away.
Like, wow. I mean, that is really cool because, yeah, from experience, like doing Reiki, Usually,
Yep.
when you go through the steps of becoming a Reiki or Reiki master teacher, everybody usually develops certain abilities. Some do psychic surgery. Some actually see past lives when they're going through and doing it. So, and I find that fascinating. But how do you feel about aromatherapy?
Love it. I'm into aromatherapy big time. Have been for 25 years.
Nice.
I've been into everything for 25 years.
Because I have a few aromatherapy recipes that, you know, I could post on there. One of them's really good for sinus infections. Because my husband, when he was going through chemo, I had to find alternative methods for him.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of natural healing remedies for him. So I do have that, especially, you know, flu season. That's a really good recipe I can post on.
I actually wrote a little book about aromatherapy as well.
Oh, nice.
I used to work in the Aboriginal Healing Foundation here in British Columbia, helping on a reserve, and they had me doing a lot of healing work, and so I wrote this little book about aromatherapy to teach people how to heal certain things. So I should post that too. I know.
I could have got a copy.
No, I will give you a copy because what I'll do is I'll post it on my Mind, Body, Spirit Healing Kitchens and Remedies thing, and I will.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll post it so that you can actually use them because they really are good. Yeah.
I'm a kitchen witch. That's right up my alley.
Yeah. She does like the kitchen stuff. I do the other stuff, but I like the aromatherapy blends because it's something that I've had to work with more than the tinctures and things like that. Did I give you a pen to write with?
Oh, no, it's
no. Alright, so sorry about that. I got kids that come and go out here. Most people are used to this, so I'm used to this too. Here you go, Michelle's back. She got her bathrobe. Huh?
You won't even give Stephanie a pen to write with?
Not Stephanie, Destiny.
Did you get a... Michelle must have had a hot flash.
I did.
So I know that, like, and again, these are things that I've actually researched myself, so I don't even know if it's a real thing, but it's tea tree, lemon, and eucalyptus.
Mm-hmm.
There are 10 of eucalyptus, 10 of tea tree, and only 2 of lemon to balance it off. And it's what I used to burn when he used to have issues within his head as far as sinus infections. So that was just kind of something that was going on there. What? I'm so sorry I can't fix it in the middle of a show, but thank you.
I'm just letting you know you tried to fix it and it sounds steeper.
Oh, it sounds steeper. Okay. My daughter, just helping with the sound issues. So, hey Chris, how you doing? I want to say hi to everybody out there. I know that we have a couple of callers in the chat room, but I mean, those recipes and the aromatherapy, especially now, you know, the more that we as human beings come back to the natural side of healing, the better off we're actually going to be. I mean, if my husband, way before they actually started it, they prescribed cannabis oil, the one without the, what do you call that again? The
CBD.
CBD.
Yeah, that. So he had that long before, and he had a medical paper for that, but that was the thing that actually kept him going because you know, after going through so much chemo, you can't eat. And so the aromatherapy was the other thing that I did. So these are all things that really worked for him, and I love this idea. Share this page away, girl.
Yeah, I will. I'll share it because it's pretty powerful.
Send me the link. I want to post it right on Awakening the Unknown. That's an awesome page to have.
I mean, think about it.
I love to visit you all the time.
She's it's the perfect time of the year because you could even put, you know, a nice, really aromatherapy, like an aromatherapy gift together for right now at the holidays.
Yeah,
even.
Have you guys heard of Thieves oil?
Who?
Thieves oil?
Thieves oil. You know, like a thief? Thieves oil? Okay.
Yes.
That was originated back in about the 14 or 1500s, about the time that the Black Plague was working its way through in Europe. And the grave robbers designed it, made it a eucalyptus and cloves and cinnamon and a whole bunch of different things, pine. And what they discovered is if they used it on their sinuses and on their throats and on their hands, what they would do is they would go rob all the graves of the people who had died of the plague. And they used the thieves oil, that's why it's called that, because they would actually not get sick by robbing, because even if you touched a person with the plague, you could get it, right? So they use the thieves oil to stop that from causing infection. So thieves oil is probably going to be one of your best friends. My granddaughter firmly believes that thieves oil is going to be the fixer of the zombie apocalypse. She believes it. She
I
believes
like
it. So
that. Now, that recipe is actually in your book?
no, that's just an actual bottle you can buy, and it's already mixed up.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of like an old school. How do you describe?
Yeah,
It's
see,
like
I've never heard of that one. See,
wash.
aromatherapy is actually something that's a little bit new. To me, it was something that I learned only because I wanted to be able to help him, and, you know, you can only do so much healing with somebody.
It's amazing what oils can do. They're just amazing, you know. It's hard to imagine. I actually make all kinds of different tinctures and salves and stuff, and I go and harvest things, wild crafting, and make them, and they just are amazing for taking pain away and stuff. So I have a lot of fun with that.
See, we learned something new about you there.
Yeah.
Some really good to use, especially like a little bit. It's just, you know, so you can add a little bit. So some people, the straight oil kind of like irritates them a little bit, but if you mix it and you have like a tincture, it's not so much. Some people are very sensitive to oils on their skin.
Oh yeah, they are. Tea tree and lavender are actually toxic for dogs and cats.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they can't use it.
Yeah. That's why when I burn, it was always up high.
It's a good astringent. It's a good antiseptic. It's a good anti-infective.
Yeah.
What is?
You know, great. The tea tree oil, like she was just saying now too. So it's one of those things too, you know.
Yeah. It was actually it's been used by the Aboriginals. It originated in Australia, and it's been used by the Aboriginals for thousands of years. And they introduced it during the First World War as an antiseptic and an antibiotic to heal people's wounds because they didn't have the proper medications when the war was on. So the Australians actually introduced tea tree oil to the world that way.
That's amazing. I mean, that's amazing. Guys, I hope you're taking notes. If you're not, just re-listen to the episode again. So, because this is good stuff.
It is.
This is great stuff.
Yeah. The more healing you can, the more modalities you can use, the more power you have doing whatever you're doing, right?
Exactly. Like yoga is another one that's good. I prefer Tai Chi only because some of the yoga positions I have to alter because of my back issues. So, but the Tai Chi is more slow movement, which is easier for me to do, and I'm still getting the balance, the center balance.
Yeah.
So, and again, there's things like that. You can actually pick up a video. Yes, honey?
I said pet therapy over here.
Pet therapy. That's another good one. There you go. Pet therapy. We're talking all therapies here today.
That's right. Pet therapy is a big one.
Yeah, Buddha. That's Buddha. Her dog's name is Buddha.
So
kind of fits. We have Buddha with us here tonight. Hi, Buddha.
He's cute.
He loves it, though. I mean, they really love it. They love the music, the sound.
Literally, I mean, I'm thinking, I'm listening to you with all these things that you do, and all these different things that you put together as far as like the tinctures and the oils and the harvesting and, you know, the fresh oils and things like that. Those are definitely things people need right now.
Yeah.
Because the more that we get back to nature, the better off we are. It takes the chemicals out of our body. Yeah. I keep accidentally hitting this, so I'll put a ball in it.
It's really important.
What do you recommend for somebody like who's got to go to like a tough family holiday situation? What could you bring as a kitchen witch to disguise the fact that there's a little witchery going on in that special pie or cake in there that's actually making the gathering get along a lot better than you thought it would? Well,
cinnamon for one, because cinnamon is a huge calmer. It's a calmative. It just calms everything, right?
Yeah.
And so if you're going to make something and you're going to take it with you, put some cinnamon in there, and it actually brings people off the ceiling and calms things right down.
Yep.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I make homemade applesauce. Cinnamon, nutmeg, lemon juice.
Yeah.
A little bit of
anything.
That's why I make the.
It's like when you're trying to sell a house.
Yeah.
Make a smell of cinnamon buns, or use your diffuser with cinnamon in it, and people will come in there and they'll want to buy your house right now because it smells so good.
Wow.
It's like it smells. Yeah, there are ways to do things, you know.
Yeah.
It's why real estate people bring fresh baked cookies, they actually bake them in the house when they're selling the house because
I actually seen that on a TV show.
Yeah,
it's
it's
true.
true.
A funny TV show.
It sets
with,
the stage. That's what it does. You're setting the stage to the feel of the home, and
exactly.
you're inviting them to.
The lady was eating people because she turned into a zombie by mistake, but still, she was a really good realtor. It was a very strange show. What is it? California Diet or something like that, or Santa Maria Diet. Santa Maria Diet. It's really funny. It's got Drew Barrymore in it, and she was putting the stuff and turning the oven on and making it smell like fresh baked cookies and stuff when they came home and talked about that.
Yeah.
And that's what brought up the fact, and you mentioned the zombies earlier, so.
No.
That's therapy stuff too in it because the cinnamon will bring back all kind of old fashioned memories and
exactly. You know how I have cinnamon homemade applesauce.
I'll tell you how well it works. I sold my house 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
And I put it up for sale. And then when they said they were having a showing, I put my diffuser on with some cinnamon oil in it. Nice. The house was sold in 6 hours.
Huh.
Wow. See that? That's awesome.
We actually have someone asking in the chat room, Medina. She's asking, what about stress? Is there something that we could use for stress? Like that's a simple, I guess she's...
Clary's, okay, so lavender, always lavender. It's an amazing one for stress, right? Frankincense is also really good for stress. Yeah. If you can get a combination of frankincense, myrrh, and sandalwood, that's one called Tranquility, and it's like amazing. It'll take you to a place of peace really quickly. And then there's Clary Sage is another one that you can use for calming you down. Clary Sage is a very powerful oil. It is also used for helping people to heal from addiction.
Ooh, nice.
It's so powerful. Oh yes, it is a good one. But you know, you can't ever.
What was the name of that one again?
Clary Sage.
Clary Sage. She's taking
and
notes
you cannot.
Now.
Okay, but remember this part of it. You can't use Clary Sage and drink or do drugs.
Okay.
Because if you're trying to get off of addictions,
right.
if you even have one beer, you will be talking to God and hallucinating in not very fun ways.
No.
Oh boy.
Coffee. Find what addiction. Coffee.
What it does is it actually causes you to hallucinate in a very scary way.
Wow.
So, so you've got to make sure that you don't use it if you're ever imbibing or doing drugs or anything. But if you want to get off of them, use it because it'll calm you right down.
Huh.
Wow.
Yeah, I you know why that one hit home? Because in the area we're from, it's a very high addiction rate in the city. And I mean, it's everything.
There you go.
So that hopefully our local listeners, if they're out there, and you know, I'm sure some of them that do listen and struggle with addiction, I'll tell you that right now, we have a lot of it around here, and that would be something that, you know, I can share with a lot of people that I know that are struggling with addiction and trying to get clean, and that was a good one.
Yeah, very good.
Thank you.
I'll tell you that.
Cheesecake addictions?
Cheesecake?
Yeah, no. Cheesecake addictions. Darn it.
No. Okay, here's another thing that Clary Sage will do. Wow. It's such a powerful oil that you can actually mix it with a little bit of olive oil and put it in the palm of your hand. You put it on the front of your lower area by your uterus and at the back in the same place. If you have really bad periodic cramps, it takes them away instantaneously.
Wow.
Whoa.
I'll have to try.
I was going to do that when I had
I've already been through menopause, so I don't have that issue anymore.
I'll try that. She's definitely.
I don't have it. I don't either.
So yeah.
But I use it on my granddaughters all the time because they'll come over and they'll say, "Oh, Nanny, I'm hurting really badly," and I'll just put that on them, and boom, it's gone. It's that quick.
Awesome.
Huh, that is amazing.
And she's always looking for like natural ways, like she does the rice in the microwave to soothe her. So I'll definitely have to go look some of that up.
You can get a blank page if you want and write it all on a blank page. She's taking all the mixed up writing and trying to get everything at once. Wow, that is awesome. Okay, so we've got stress, we've got menstrual cramps and addiction.
Yep.
Let's see. What? How do I get my keys?
Ooh, I have a good one.
Okay.
How about when you have that guest that just will not pass out from drinking or just freaking go home and pass out from drinking? Is there something we can give them, eat or drink, that will make that happen a lot faster?
You mean an obnoxious gas? Yes, it's called leave. That's what I say, but that's me.
There are ways to do that. There are ways to do that. And it doesn't
right.
include using any essential oils. What you do is you start using the magic inside of you, and you just sit there. That person is sitting there, and you just look at them, and you watch them, and you think inside of yourself, it's time for you to leave now, and it's your idea. That's all it.
Yep,
they get up and go. They get up and go.
Yep.
Wow.
Nice.
Yep, that's what it is. You're manifesting.
And you know, but you're not abusing your power. You're not abusing anybody, because you're just creating a reality for you that's comfortable, right?
Yes, exactly.
Right, you're not hurt anybody.
Like, I'm going to tell you something.
Oh.
When my husband and I are driving down the road, and I want him to go a certain way, or I want him to get into the other lane, I just visualize he did it, and I don't say a word, and he goes into the other lane. Don't tell him.
No, I won't say a word. Hopefully he doesn't watch this on replay.
That's like a suggestion where, like, when they're sleeping and you tell them, you will buy me that ring for Valentine's Day. You will.
See, I'm not a diamond girl. I would rather I'd rather have a real crystal.
Yeah.
Because that's what my husband, he's like, when we first got together, he's like, I'm going to buy you a diamond. I said, don't, I'll tell you to take it back. What? I said, yeah, I really don't like diamonds. I mean, Herkimer diamonds because of the energy, crystals, yes. So my engagement ring was actually an amethyst ring with chips of diamonds in them, because that's me. I prefer the crystal energy, the natural energy. Yeah. And he was like, you are one strange girl. I said, well, yeah. So, yeah, it's the thing. It's the natural stuff. What?
I have another question.
She's on a roll.
Right. Is there something I can do to ensure that I'm going to be the cool grandma now that my daughter's engaged to be married?
Yeah, I knew that. Honey, you're already the crazy grandma.
I think that you won't have any problem with that. Just keep on being who you are, because I'm sure it'll be just fine. You don't want to manipulate. You don't want to abuse free will. You just want to manipulate in ways that don't harm anything or hurt anything.
Right.
Or abuse their free will. You're using your free will to create your reality. The only thing I would suggest you do is when your daughter is pregnant, speak to the soul of the child.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, all right. I can't just go into the belly and go like, I'm the cool grandma. I'm the cool grandma.
Feel free.
You know, I don't think your grandchild would expect anything different from you, dear.
I got a friend.
My Sammy? Come here, Sammy.
I can't wait. I'm telling you, I can't wait. It was a surprise. Nobody expected it, but it was a good surprise. So I'm just so like, oh my goodness.
That's lovely.
It's happening. My sister, I only have one daughter and one son. She's my oldest. It's finally happening. It's like, it's amazing, but she's done very well for herself. She has a good city union job, 2 jobs for the city union. She's doing very well for herself, bought a brand new car. They've been together for 5 years. It's the next logical step. And he picked a nice blingy ring, so it did, pique Tabitha's interest. So, my hope is, please, I'm going to be a grandmother, hopefully someday soon. Because I can't.
I see 3.
So wait.
I see three babies for her.
Really?
Awesome. Wow.
Wow.
Now,
I'm going to be a grandmother.
I already am.
I love that. I can't wait to do that.
Yeah, well, at least your daughter lives local. Mine's an MP in the military, so yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'll kidnap my 3 grandkids during the summers, right? And we'll take the RV and go traveling to see your grandkids.
That would be cool. Now, what kind of like oil or tincture would you recommend, say, for individuals who are having a stressful time because of the holidays? Because there's a lot of individuals who have like a lack of somebody, or there's like situations going on that are not causing the holidays to be as bright as they should be. I myself recommend sunstone for people, but maybe there's something else that they could use to help as far as a tincture or an oil.
There's another oil, and it's actually in Earl Grey tea.
Ooh.
It's called bergamot.
Bergamot or bergamot?
Bergamot. It's spelled bergamot, but it's pronounced bergamot. Bergamot.
Oh.
And it
I
is
have that.
and it's a great
I use
oil.
it in a mist that I use for my house.
Yep. It's an amazing oil for calming you down.
Right.
And I used to love to sit and have a cup of Earl Grey tea because as a young mother, you're always stressed with kids, right? And so I used to have a cup of Earl Grey tea and I would just come right down. I could even feel myself come down.
Huh.
So Earl Grey tea is a really good one for people to use if they're in a situation where they're feeling some stress or they're feeling uncomfortable or unhappy.
Right.
Or even if they're really lonely, Earl Grey tea is a great one.
Huh.
Wow.
And if you're alone for the holidays, phone somebody.
Yeah.
Don't be alone. Don't be alone. Find people to be with you. There's always somebody who wants to be with somebody.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Nobody wants to be alone for the holidays.
Definitely, that is. But, just in case there are individuals out there that can be in a crowd and still feel alone. But,
Yes,
as long as, that's why, as something, as far as like an herbal, not an herbal supplement, but something they can have around a smell that would actually help them.
So we have a question,
question
in the chat room. Kat's asking, can you use them on children who suffer from mental illness, especially during this time of year? So she wants to know if it's safe to, with these, to utilize them on your children.
I would use the lavender and frankincense with the child. I wouldn't use the bergamot is good too. Bergamot is orange blossom, so it's totally healthy. I wouldn't recommend clary sage for a child. It's too strong.
Okay.
But a little bit of one thing when my grandkids were little, I used to know, like at night they'd be crying and screaming, didn't want to go to bed, didn't want to do this, didn't want to do that. And what I would do is I would run the bathtub and I would put a few drops of lavender in the tub.
Me too.
And you know what? They could go into that bathtub screaming their heads off. The minute they sat in there, it was like, right down to peace and tranquility.
Yeah.
And then they just started playing in the tub and they were happy and they went to bed happy. And I always used to sing my grandkids the angel song that I wrote for them, so they used to do that too. And that brought them to a place of absolute peace to go to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always used lavender with my kids. They've always had.
Yeah, I think lavender.
Even my son, I don't care. He'll get up, shower, and do something. But when he was younger, it was always his lavender bath. He had to have his lavender bath before bed. He could not sleep.
If you notice a lot of bedtime,
I fed my kids wine and beer.
It's all lavender.
I'm sorry. What did you say, Michelle? We were talking about lavender.
I said, you guys were wussies. I fed my children wine and beer. Hey, wine, Portuguese style.
No, they always, a lot. It's not just Portuguese cultures. A lot of cultures used to use whiskeys and a lot of those hard liquors.
Yeah, I mean, the Irish. The Irish. They used to do the whiskey shots. You would do like this with your finger, and that's what they used for tooth pain on, like, when babies were
like anise.
Yeah,
like
when
anise.
babies were teething.
Anise, we use the anise and that one. That one's a very popular.
So they used to
what is it? No, dab for the baby.
You have anise?
No, anise. It's I guess it's an herb, isn't it? What is that, Michelle? The Portuguese, when we make the moonshine, the anise.
It's anisette.
Anisette. I'm saying anise.
Well, I'm talking Portuguese. Anisette.
Well, that's licorice, isn't it? That's licorice, right?
Yes. Yes. But that one helps a lot.
Anisette. The big thing about anisette is that it's a total tummy soother. So if you have an upset tummy, licorice is amazing for helping to heal your stomach.
Huh.
Good to know. Anisette.
And it's also good. It's also good to calm you down. It calms you down as well.
Oh,
nice. See, I always used peppermint.
Only I wouldn't recommend it as a booze. I would recommend it as anise oil. You can buy anise oil. Actually, anise oil, the essential oil, and fennel, the essential oil, are two licorice oils.
Okay.
And if you have an upset stomach and you've just gone somewhere and you've had a meal and it's really upset your stomach, because as we get older, our stomachs get upset, don't they?
Yeah.
You take a couple of drops of fennel oil, anise oil, put it in a glass of water, drink it, and your upset stomach goes away.
You know, I find funny that you mentioned the peppermint. You mentioned the peppermint. And, you know, everyone's so, oh, you guys doing, you know, they look at it, you know, as witchy, or they don't like to do these type of things.
These are all old remedies.
Peppermint is used in hospitals still to this day.
Yes.
To help produce someone, to help them with a bathroom. That's what they do. If someone hasn't been able to urinate after a surgery or after a procedure or something, they actually go in with a little essential peppermint oil and they use it to, you know, it helps like.
And peppermint oil, you can also use peppermint oil at your doorstep and on your windowsills, and spiders and ants stay out.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Very nice. We're getting so much awesome information here today.
Yes,
I knew there was a reason I said, please come on my show again.
You're just like an encyclopedia of
I know! I'm going to have to re-listen to this just to remember half of it. I feel like my hair's sticking out today. I don't know. See what happens when I don't try.
It is good too, because like I tell these girls this all the time, I don't know nothing. I've never been educated on this stuff. You know, I don't have a religion. I don't really do all that kind of fun stuff. So when I'm learning these things, I'm like, just like, it's like all new to me. So
literally, she goes everywhere absorbing everything.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the more, because you know what, even if you don't use it right now, you can remember it and store it and keep it for another time that you might need it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like the recipe that I remembered that I used for him for his sinuses. So, and the certain oils I put in the spray that I use for my house. So, yeah.
Yeah, and you have your soda water too, Sue, that you have made too.
The what?
The water you missed.
Yes, that's the bergamot is in there.
Yeah. That's such a good thing, bergamot. It's just lovely, you know. Great.
I do like bergamot.
I have my own little list of oils that I use. Okay, so here's one. Years and years ago, when I was working with the Aboriginal Healing Foundation, one of the guys out there got knocked off of his horse when they were doing a roundup. So he got knocked off of his horse, and the horse kind of rolled on him down a little cliff. And it actually rolled on his face, and his whole face was cut from one end to the other. It was just the worst mess you've ever seen. So his sister said to me, what can you do to help him with his face? So I made him up an essential oil mixture. And I put lavender and palmarosa and rosewood.
Yeah.
Palmarosa and rosewood are skin healers.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So we did that. We mixed up this oil for him, and we put it onto his face. I gave him a container of it. He just used it, eh? And I used an oil that if you kept it cold, it would solidify.
Right.
Because you want it to be like a salve, not a oily, right?
Right.
So he put it all over his face, and within a month, you didn't even know that this had happened to him. It was all gone.
Wow.
Ooh.
Okay, here she goes.
Now, this combination, would this help someone, because you said skin healing, now, would this help someone with like severe, I call them skin tags, I don't know if that's like the general term, but you know those people that get the little skin pulse? Some people get it very severe in like the underarms and stuff. Would something like that help eradicate those?
No, because the underlying issue with skin tags is diabetes.
Really? Really? See, now that's scary because my husband has had him his whole entire life. He hasn't been diagnosed with diabetes yet, but I know it's going to happen because it runs in the family like crazy.
Yeah.
And the way his health, I mean, he's just not a healthy eater at all. I do try, but, you know, you can only lead the horse to the water. You can't make him drink.
Yeah, I just said that there 2 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I can try as much as I want, but I know what's going to come. So that's interesting to know. Huh. I'm going to have to, you know.
Well, I can actually alter a couple of recipes. Sorry to change the subject. So this way he can actually get sweets without getting too much, because I had to do it for Joey. I can actually drop.
He's a bread eater.
Trust me, I'm good at this.
Yeah.
I can fix that. I'm good when it comes to baking. But we're actually, we've been talking about oils and stuff for about an hour, you know, between the healings and the raising energy, and I'm I'm still not done, and I'm sure we have tons of questions, but we actually have to get ready to take a break, and I need...
No.
I'm out of coffee.
Break.
You still got people in the room reading?
Huh?
You still got people in the room? I can't see the chat room.
Oh, yeah, we're doing good.
We're doing very good. We got people
I hope
in the
everyone,
chat
you know,
room.
if you guys get your questions together, if you want some more ideas of what we, you know, some of these oils and herbs and stuff, you can still, they can still put them in for us.
Oh, definitely.
And we can definitely,
It doesn't hurt to have some of these things under your belt to help deal with the holidays. It never hurts.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Isn't it funny how the holidays come and we look forward to them, but they're so
back right after these messages, so stick with us.
Yes.
Right back with more of Awakening the Unknown after a quick message from our sponsor. This episode has been brought to you by Crystal Expectations. Crystal Expectations is located at 854 Front Ave in New Bedford, Massachusetts. They're also located on the web at crystalexpectations.org. Crystal Expectations has been in the business for 30 years. The owner, TJ Gomes, is an expert on crystals, feng shui, and a practitioner for 40 years. Their reader, Dr. Gary Gomes, is a well-known Vedic astrologer and Swami. Both are Reiki masters, and all kinds of predictive services are offered, such as love, career, and health. And low-cost remedies are provided. They have jewelry and statues of deities from all religions, incense, candles, books, and other items reasonably priced. So visit Crystal Expectations, located at 854 Block Ave, New Bedford, Massachusetts, or on the web at crystalexpectations.org.
How's it sound? Sound good?
Well, hello everybody. How you doing? We are back. We are back. You'll be able to see us in a minute as soon as I can get this. But what's the one that's more than that? ADHD? No, that not Asperger's. The one up from that.
Autism.
Yeah.
Autism, right? I have my cousin's son. I guess you call him my second cousin. Actually, has autism. So, is there some type of like aromatherapy or something to help them refocus, so to speak?
I don't know why, but I keep getting vetiver.
What is it?
Oh yeah, vetiver. Vetiver. V-E-T, vetiver. V-E-T-I-V-E-R. Nervousness, muscular relaxant, and a tonic.
Nice.
Yeah. I have this book, and it's called The Complete Book of Essential Oils and Aromatherapy.
Oh, nice.
It's written by Valerie Ann Worwood, and Valerie Ann Worwood writes some very good books on aromatherapy. So if you really want to learn a lot about it, this is a really good book to use.
Awesome.
And I don't use them anymore because I learned quite a bit, but I do use them as a backup. And inside of it, there are all kinds of charts that show you the different things. Like here's cardamom, nausea, coughs, headaches, aches, acts as a digestion and a tonic. So there are different things that you can learn, right?
Nice.
Some oils are very, very strong.
Yeah.
For instance, peppermint oil. If you make a mixture for yourself, don't ever put more than 1 or 2 drops of peppermint oil in the mixture because it's so strong it'll burn your skin.
Wow.
So, so if you're just going to make a little tiny mix in your hand to put on your neck or your back or whatever, I always just throw a carrier oil right in my palm of my hand and then dump the stuff in, and then whatever oil, and then it just gets smeared wherever I need it, right? And so just make sure you don't use too much because it's very powerful, and children can't tolerate it at all. It's too strong.
It's like super Vicks. It's like super Vicks. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I like the peppermint leaves.
Yeah. So one thing that I will do if somebody is sick is I will make up a mixture of eucalyptus and pine and juniper because it's very cleansing, and a whole bunch of different things like that. And then what I will do is I will mix it up with some oil, and you put it on the palms of people's feet with some socks, and boy, does that ever fix them right up. Now,
I've heard of that. Yeah, even with an onion for a fever, we were told to cut a slice of onion and put on the bottom of the foot with a sock on it or something to hold it, and the onion would draw the fever away from the body itself.
Speaking of that, I have an onion in my house all the time. I always keep a cut onion, right? And it's always sitting right there in the house. It's skinned. And what it does is it picks up all the germs, and in a couple of days you throw it away and put a new onion. It keeps your house healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I would do. I would put the onion.
I've been doing it for years, and I attest to it. I haven't had the flu in years. Don't get sick anymore. You know.
But to me,
so that's nice, isn't it?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. It's one of those things, though. It's like, you know, simple things that we have around our house, and people don't even realize that they've got so much use, more than what they are even aware of. You know.
Yeah. I got an awesome book. It's called Natural Home Remedies, which is similar to what we're talking about, but it's packed. Everything I own is packed. The only thing I have is my Bible with spare classes. That's what I call
When you're moving, it's a whole different ball of wax.
Yeah, so
everything's packed. I have to tell you a hilarious story, you guys. An only woman will understand this story, but I swear, this was a newfound remedy that my family of witches found when they came to this country.
Okay.
And it was called, believe it or not already, Monistat 7. I'm not kidding. I am not. I know. You're looking at me like I'm going crazy, right? I have an aunt of mine who every single one of her children, male, female, her husband would get Monistat. Everybody would get Monistat 7 because it was something in that medication that they believed that was good for all kinds of different problems. So my aunt would literally go around rubbing Monistat 7 on everyone.
Oh my God!
And you know what?
Did anybody see my big fat
It's for yeast,
wedding?
isn't it?
The Greek wedding show.
It's like an antifungal, antibacterial.
Yeah. We're on the same wavelength, Susan, because I was just going to say it's up there with Windex.
Yeah, Greek wedding. Put some Windex on it. Put some
And I
Windex on
remember going to the pharmacy and wanting to buy this, and she would try to find the largest quantity of tubes she could find because there was never enough Monistat 7 in her house. Never.
Just put some Windex on it. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
I actually used to work for a nice Greek family, and I had to ask, like, you guys really don't put Windex? She's like, no, we don't use Windex, but they do, and a lot of people don't know. If you watch the movie, they do like a spitting gesture towards the
yes.
Yeah.
The reason why they do that is because if you overly tell someone that they're beautiful and like you do it too much, you're ending them a little bit, so you kind of do like a little. Like
the evil eye.
Yeah,
the evil eye.
Off not being too overly positive. Like, I guess it's bad to be overly, like, I don't know what's the word.
Overly zealous.
I guess. So they really do that. They do
wow.
That. Yes.
Yeah, see, now we're getting on movies, yeah.
Little things that people do that, you know, that,
it's weird.
To help protect yourself.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, us Portuguese people, they always, you know, I don't know, and it's funny because I've been doing this without even trying lately. I've been doing these. And Michelle will know what this is, you know, the fist. And it represents the fist, like it's like a fist. You know what I mean?
It's called the figa.
Yeah.
They call it in Portuguese. They call it the figa. Cape Verdean people use it a lot too, as a protective amulet style. It will be a fist.
Yes.
But the thumb has to be in a certain correct position for it to work as an amulet.
And that's something people, you know, they do to protect themselves, and you know, they feel, I guess, someone's trying to give them an evil eye.
It's like a something that they use as a symbol to keep the evil eye away.
Yeah.
And they give it a lot to babies, and sometimes people will like pin those types of little charms onto like the baby's baptismal outfits to protect them.
It's beautiful,
but if somebody, there's got to be like, I'm trying to think, there has to be something like if somebody needed to have that smell of essential oil, they must make things that you can like pin or keep with you as far as like jewelry, right?
You can buy brooches that have a little pad in them that you can put essential oil in them.
There was something, I can't remember what it was.
Ooh, that sounds like a cool idea.
Welcome everybody. We're having this wonderful conversation, taking notes, and I'm going to have to re-listen to some of this. So, we're talking about essential oils, went through meditation, raise some energy for the earth. So, I mean, as far as I don't consider myself a kitchen witch only because most of my herbs are store-bought. I can't really grow plants that well. That's Michelle's department. But I can whip one hell of a recipe together with any fresh herb you got. So
Yes, she can.
I can't. My thumbs aren't green. If I go anywhere near plants that are live, they run away screaming. I'm telling you. Literally. They go, ah! And that's it. They're gone.
So I'm thinking someone's asking in the chat room for something, I guess, to ward off negativity in the workplace.
I guess you can. Oh,
that's a good one.
Yeah.
You know
that
what?
Is a good one.
Very good one.
I used to be the treasurer of a regional district, which is the exact same thing as a county office.
Wow.
Okay. So I before I did this, I was a bean counter. Okay. And so I worked in this regional district, and every time I turned around, the chairman of the board would come stomping down the hallway and just disrupt my office and bug the heck out of me and really, really irritate me. Right. So one day I decided, okay, that's enough. So what I did was I said, this room that I work in, my office space, is protected by love and light. Only can enter. No negative energy can enter from this moment on. And I just did that right in the room. And then what happened, the next day, I heard him traipsing down the hallway, thump, 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 and his foot came into the doorway like that and stayed in midair and turned around and left the room.
Whoa!
I like that.
You know what? It's about blessing your space, blessing everything that you're doing,
right.
And also creating an energy that you can handle rather than being in an energy that is not tolerable for you.
Right.
So it's about you using your own powers to create what you need to create to shift energy and make it be what you desire for it to be. And it works in your house, it works in your workplace, it works in your car, works everywhere. Yeah.
Exactly. That's I guess some people call that manifesting, like through positivity. I call it more like creative visualization, because it's a holistic counselor thing, and that's what it is. You're creating your positiveness by putting what you're visualizing out there, and by keeping only stuck on the positive, which is what we want to do with the network, is only remain positive. You're creating it. You've already created this. Is it? Stay positive. You're created it. And that's the same thing.
You know,
just keep picturing it.
It's a really good way for you to learn your power too.
Right.
Because if you understand how to do it with little things, such as, you're going to the grocery store, Mother of Love, Mother of Grace, find for me a parking space close to the door. You get it.
Oh.
Right? It's learning to create this reality for yourself that you desire. You're not manipulating anyone. You're not hurting anyone. What you're doing is you're learning your own power and your own ability to do things. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
And you're not hurting anybody.
Heard this before the Black Friday sale, huh?
Yeah.
You get this before next year. You don't want to do that. There's too many people doing it. Stores will run out. Just kidding.
My mom taught me this, and my grandmother too. Fabric softener sheets. Fabric softener sheets are great absorbents of essential oils, and you can stick fabric softener sheets anywhere, hide them anywhere and everywhere.
Very true.
Yes. I hang them off the awning when I'm camping because it keeps the bugs away.
Yeah. There's so many uses to it. It's amazing. Yeah. Simple fabric softener sheets.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If you get one that's lavender,
their legs get caught in the fabric softener sheets. Ants.
Fibers.
In the fibers, so they can't move. So it's like you're trying to keep ants away.
They don't like the smell of it either.
Yeah.
The smell is just too much for them. But when you're, whatever you're doing, learn to create your reality the way you want to. Exactly. Whatever you need to do. Whatever you've got to do to help create this reality, to help you to be comfortable. And this is not harming anybody. It's just creating what your desire is to have peace and tranquility no matter what you have to do to get there.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And what better time of the year than now?
That's
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I am creating a place to cook my ham. That's it. It's cooking ham, making desserts. That's everything I got in boxes. So that's what I'm manifesting right now.
I actually finally have the guy coming to fix my oven tomorrow. Thank God.
So, I mean, creative visualization and manifesting is really very similar. It's just the power of positive thinking and literally building on something, just one little thing about an individual. But the oils and the aromatherapy, because you have to remember, if you've had a positive memory as a child and you smell, like, say, apple pie in my house, I smell apple pie. That was my grandmother making an apple pie, so it brings that positivity back to you. So there are some smells, even though maybe the healing properties might be slightly different, it brings that positivity back because then you retain that positive memory from the past.
That would be something I would definitely try to work on. Because I tend to hold on to a lot of things from childhood that I'm afraid to even start talking about it, because if I start talking about it, it's just going to pull it all up and I'm probably going to be in tears. But that's something I need to learn to do, is try to focus on the good times. Even though, you know, when I growing up, you know, the bad might have outweighed the good, but I try, and I think that's why I have such a hard time, because I still focus on both the good and the bad, and it's just like a whirlwind of constant ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs.
Exactly, and that's what it is.
One of the biggest things that happens when we have a big family dinner is that there's so much frenetic energy, there's so much, everybody's all over the place. So what about if you're preparing the food? What are you doing? Are you preparing that food with love? Are you intentionally using the energy from your hands and your heart to create this food? And my son-in-law once told somebody, and I laughed my head off. He said, I don't care how much butter Julie uses in for her cooking. He said, it's all good for me because of the way she makes it.
That's true. That's actually at home. I say my secret ingredient is love. That's my secret. Everyone's like, why is it so good? I'm like, it's my secret ingredient.
And you want it to be. You want it to be. You want it to be your secret ingredient because if you are making this, whatever you're making with love, then whatever you're doing, everybody benefits from it. It becomes something healthy for them rather than toxic. So there you go, Michelle. Blessed cheesecake.
Yeah. Oh, you want what? My New York style cheesecake, right?
Chocolate chip cheesecake. Chocolate chip cheesecake.
Chocolate? Why would you want a chocolate chip cheesecake?
Because my grandma used to make chocolate chip cheesecake for me all the time.
Oh my god.
Well, what about
nice marbleized? I can do that. But fresh strawberries. Oh, love fresh strawberries. See, these are all the things I make for Christmas holidays. What?
Pumpkin spice cake is like a good time of the year to make something like that with all the right herbs to bring over family houses right now. Pumpkin pies, apple pies, you know, all
gingerbread cookies.
Huh?
Gingerbread cookies.
I like molasses cookies. Do you like molasses cookies?
There's molasses in my gingerbread cookies.
And then you know what? And it's the gift that keeps on giving, because you're not only giving that food, but you guys are giving the love with the food.
Exactly.
And
that's why when you come over, because your leg's wasn't broken, and when you just come over and eat my baked goods, that's why you always felt better when you left. Because I just want to put my heart into it.
It's so true. Oh yeah.
See?
No,
she's right.
Before they get here.
Well, you know, the more we can do that kind of thing, the more power we put into everything we're doing, right?
Exactly.
It's all about our intent. Whatever we're doing every moment, what is our intent today? What are we doing, you know? And yesterday when I did my live on my site, it was talking about what is your gratitude for everything you're doing. And when you think about that gratitude, it applies to everything, doesn't it? Looking at the cup like it's half full instead of half empty, and finding things to be grateful for. Just being grateful because you've got the things to make your dinner. You've got food. You've got a warm place to sleep. You've got all kinds of lovely things that give you blessings. So find the blessings and stop looking for the negatives, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's the challenge for most people. Is I find, like, as far as the counseling part that I do privately, but the biggest challenge is trying to get them to understand that they have to build on the positives and they literally need to let the negativity go. The easiest part, literally, is just finding one positive thing to build on. That is, it's like I'm gonna have to do a show on that.
Yes, and I have actually a nice little another friend of mine. She wrote it out for me to say every day and put it up on my mirror.
An affirmation.
Yes,
right.
and it's about self-love, and that's exactly what you need to learn to do is love yourself.
Exactly. Just looking in the mirror face to face. But some people don't.
I'm trying to find the positive in everything, guys. That's why even when my broken foot, I keep thinking, it's the RV money, it's the RV, it's coming. I'm telling you, I just keep thinking this is happening because I'm gonna hopefully, karma's gonna finally come and give me that RV that I've been waiting.
Hopefully, see it happening. That's manifesting. See it.
When you break your foot. When you break your foot.
Yeah.
Or if you hurt your back, you hurt your leg. It's all about forward movement and change. So it's allowing that change to come through with grace rather than fighting it. So there's change coming into your life. That change might feel a little scary, but it's not scary. It's just something to adjust to. And the foot gets broken because I'm afraid to change. I'm afraid to move forward with it. And we don't want to do that. We want to move forward with grace and not feel stress from it.
Yes.
Because change is positive. It really is.
Yeah. Stop hating your broken foot and love your broken foot, Michelle.
Yeah.
Love it so you can get better.
I mean, look at me. You know what I'm doing tomorrow?
What?
You know my car's completely gone. I don't have a car. I've never known a car my whole life. Do you want to know what I'm going to do tomorrow? I'm taking a bus ride with my son, my mother who just got her scooter out. I'm probably going to tease her and pretend I'm going to sit on her lap the whole time. We're going to go out and have some fun tomorrow. Okay?
Yeah.
And that's it. I'm not letting something that I'm used to stop me.
Right.
Not anymore. I'm going forward. Now I'm going to have fun with it.
Exactly.
And it's going to be an adventure.
And it's like we were just about to go into that whole part of our lives. My daughter's moving on. My son's going to start college. Like, finally at that part in our lives we can enjoy, just be feeling that little bit of freedom in doing things. And it is frustrating to all of a sudden you kind of like get chopped down, like half the tree stump down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. But it's learning to work with what it is that you were dealt. That's all it is. Literally, you just have to work with what it is that you were dealt.
So, when dealing with things, like you said, what you dealt, a lot of us, and this is where Julie will probably, because she works with past lives, how do we know when we're trying to reflect on ourselves and find our flaws, what exactly has carried over? Is there a way to...
Why do you want to reflect on your flaws? That's my question.
Well, because it's not that I want to reflect on them, but we all have them, and we have to work on make ourselves better. But some things I think we carry over from...
Sometimes, that's a good question. She still wants to know some things you do carry over from past lives.
We do. I actually had a woman come to me for a reading one time, and she'd had like 7 or 8 shoulder surgeries. She was in so much pain she couldn't believe it. And I looked at her and I said, there's a spear through your shoulder and it's been there through every lifetime. So we pulled the spear out and her shoulder got better and she never had to have surgery again. Everything was good.
Wow.
So, there's a lot to acknowledging that past lives do have a very big effect on us in this lifetime. Meditation can help you. If you call your angels to come to you with love and you go into meditation, you can ask them to show you what you need to learn from a past life and they'll show you.
Exactly.
They will show you. Yeah. And then you can get somebody like me. I teach people how to do that, how to go into meditation, how to find this stuff so you can figure it out. Or I'll take someone into a past life regression and get them what they're looking at so that they can see what they need to look at and what it is that bothers them. And 9 will get you 10. They've got, like a bad foot from this lifetime that something happened. You're like very lucky, sweetheart, with your foot. The reason I'm saying so is because in a past life, you actually lost your foot. It was amputated. And
Michelle, that's something you want to listen in on, too, because you have diabetes, and that is something that coincides with that. So that's very interesting for her to say that.
Yeah, because her diabetes isn't high. She has to take pills to keep her diabetes up, to keep her blood sugar up.
So is it too low?
Yes, she's very low.
Yeah.
So it's funny that you said it, though, because the entire time I was in urgent care, I just kept begging the doctor to amputate it. Please amputate it. Please. The doctor's looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, look, it's killing me. Just cut it off. I don't even want it anymore. Right off.
That's because you're used to not having it. So what you want to do is love your foot and welcome it as a part of your body. Because for some reason or other, from about the middle of your calf down, it feels disconnected.
Yeah.
So you want to reconnect it and talk to it. Okay? And just love it. Just love it.
I know. Wait. You're brilliant. Julie, you're brilliant. We'll paint little faces on your toes. And this way, all you have to do is talk to your little faces on your toes. Each one will have a different expression, so you can have a conversation with your foot. I'm sorry. It was all I could think of at the time. You know what? I can see her doing this. I really can see her doing this. You do it, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you?
I would, yeah.
See?
We
gotta paint faces on her toes.
I would.
It would work, and that's the thing. It's like, it's really cool because everybody's different. Because it's disconnected, she needs to love it, but she's very goofy in nature, and she likes to do things like around circles. So is she going to say she loves her foot? No. If I paint faces on her toes, would she say she loves her foot? Yeah. That's because that's the direction she goes into.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I mean, it's just amazing that she says that, though, honestly, because when I was in that urgent care, I was in so much freaking pain. My foot was the color of an eggplant. It was so swollen. It was so bad. They couldn't even tell for the first 3 weeks that it was even actually broken.
Right.
It was so I just kept begging him and begging him.
They wrapped it. I brought over her crutches. I said, no, you need these. I put like 3 or 4 pairs in the basement. You sure you can spare them? Yeah. So I brought them over the crutches.
But I mean, it's just something that, it's funny because I mean, I was literally begging and pleading for my foot to be amputated. I mean, come on.
Because you're used to it. So what you want to do is you want to bring that balance back in and just love that foot. Which side is it on?
The right side. Mm-hmm.
So that's on your masculine side too.
Yeah.
And of course, we're moving into the Aquarian age, which is the age of the femininity. So the masculine, of course, women have had to get rid of their masculine side, and so have the men. So what we're doing is trying to achieve balance. And so if it's on the masculine side, that means that you're fighting with your feminine energy a little bit too. So you want to bring it into balance together, and you can meditate and do it. Easy. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I will love you again, foot.
Picture the faces on the toes. Just mentally picture the faces on your toes. See? I know she's going to do this now. Mark's going to come home from work tomorrow, and she's going to have faces on her toes, and she did herself, and he's going to be like, what the heck are you doing?
Oh my God. I'm going to try to find some Sharpies in different colors, I swear.
See? I knew she would.
So I have a question.
Okay.
Since we're talking about past lives, and I'm guessing reincarnation might come into play with this a little bit.
I think so.
Yeah.
What about you?
Always does.
Yeah.
Do oftentimes family members come back into the same family? Because I have a feeling, and I don't know why, but the other day I was thinking my son was born shortly after the death of my brother. And I look at this kid every day, and it's like I'm around my brother. So
you are.
If he's actually,
you really are.
If he's actually been...
Yeah, he said you really. She said
reincarnated.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I could tell there was just something about him. And my son never, obviously my brother was passed before my son was born.
Right.
So but he still has a connection. He's like, he misses him. It's almost like he misses him. He's like, oh, my children called my brother Cuckoo because my daughter couldn't say uncle when she was smaller.
Right.
So she started with Cuckoo. So all the kids called my brother Cuckoo. That's his name. And he'll come up to me and he'll like, I miss Cuckoo, and I'm like, you never met Cuckoo. But I'm wondering either, I have a strong feeling that there's a lot of my brother in him, and it's just, I don't know.
Oh, there's all of your brother in him.
That is your brother in you.
Actually, question in the chat room, and I do remember we have talked about this before. We did mention the Asperger's and autism. But somebody would like to know, what about ADHD? Is there, to help them meditate, to keep them, I guess, more grounded?
Focus on...
Yeah.
I don't really believe in ADHD, you know.
Yeah. Well, it's just a question in the chat room as far as refocusing. So.
And so the way I feel about ADHD is that it's got a lot to do with allergies and food sensitivities. So what you're dealing with is you're dealing with children who are eating sugar and then going absolutely bonky from it, and they can't sit still. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
so it's mostly diet oriented for children with that kind of problem. It really is.
See, now my daughter's been diagnosed with ADHD, but she's not hyperactive. She doesn't have the hyperactive, and that's why it drives me crazy, because now they all label it as like one thing.
Right.
Because you have ADHD, ADHD with a mood component, ADHD with hypersensitivity and mood component. There's like 2 or 3 different versions of it.
ODD, oppositional defiance disorder.
Yeah, and she's not defiant. She's not hyperactive at all. She just cannot retain information or sit down, and I think it's more, and I feel like it's more of, she hasn't been taught the techniques that she needs to learn.
But you know what?
And they don't have time to do that with children anymore. So they just give it, everybody has ADHD. You know what I mean? And instead of taking the time to learn the child's learning patterns.
Yeah. I would not call what your daughter has ADHD. I would more call what she's got as a learning disability, and it's not a serious one.
Right.
But the thing is, people are labeled, and so once they discover that she's got a bit of a learning curve, they'll get somebody to help her. But if they're gonna label it as ADHD, they won't help her like that. But if you say to them, "I think it's a learning disability," they'll help you. So there are ways to get around the conversation rather than being stuck on something, right?
Right. Right.
Yeah. And it's food allergies, a lot of food allergies. They don't like dairy. They don't like sugar. They don't like wheat. They don't like acid foods. They don't do well on any sugary, carbohydrate, nasty, modified foods. They just, they don't do well with it. And, you can pay attention to the child, 10 minutes after they eat something like a piece of chocolate and see what they're doing. And you'll see, that they are having issues with it. So ADHD is a very easy name to name something that they don't even understand, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, I know that when my son grew up, before his school diagnosis, we did try the all natural route, organic. He was on the line, even special vitamins from the pediatrician even at the time, because even the dyes, like the red dye number 3, the red dye, all of those things can contribute to a child having ADHD or ADD.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because my sister couldn't take anything with red dye number 9, I think it was, when we were younger, anything with red dye in it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Because it made her like bounce.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, I've literally seen children say, I can't stop. Like, they even know they have something wrong because they can feel it. And it gets to the point where they get to a certain age where it's so bad and so uncontrollable that their parents are forced to put them on meds. Instead of, because that's what they're told. They're not told about all this other information. And unfortunately, the first thing they're going to do is listen to their doctor, because that's what they're told to do. The doctor knows best.
You really do have
anybody
to
can go to school and learn to be a doctor, people.
Yeah.
All you got to do is go to school.
Yeah.
Well, you almost need to be your own, because for me, I was in that car accident. I was hurt so badly.
Yeah.
But what happened is, after I got out of the hospital, all of my healing was up to me. What I did with it, how I did it, wasn't it?
Right.
They gave me everything that I needed. They did all the surgeries on me and fixed me all up. And when I got home, I had choices. I could live suffering and being in really, really bad shape, or I could learn how to heal myself. And it's lucky I already knew how to do that, because I was already doing my spirituality stuff before I had the car accident.
Right.
And so all I did was apply everything that I needed to apply. And
awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome, because it's what we are all tasked to do now.
Right.
We give too much credence to a doctor.
Yes.
We expect him to be a god, and he's not a god.
No,
all he can do is mend us.
Yeah, even psychiatrists, or psychologists and things like that, they have an issue, and the only way to get around to school, from experience, because I had a battle royal, I battled for my kids, is in a piece of paper. You want to put this in writing. You want to request with a date. You want a complete core evaluation. Put it in writing. They have to comply within 30 days.
Core
evaluation.
They've done so many different things.
It doesn't matter. Because if they're not doing a complete core evaluation, they're not looking at the learning side of what it is they can need, whether they're a visual learner, an audio learner, or a written word. But there's many different types of learning that people do learn that way, and until you exactly know what the best bet is, they won't know how to modify it. That's
and I think that's what it is. Is my daughter has a hard time with the visual part of it. Like she struggles. I noticed like when, and it's simple stuff, like a lot of her homework, I'm going there and I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow, but is she you're just going to reinforce, just keep showing her how to do it again and again and again. And she, she eventually gets into it, but you have to physically sit there and she can't read it and figure it out. You have to explain it to her. And she can read, but she's not understanding.
It doesn't absorb.
Yeah, she doesn't absorb. She absorbs through the hearing of what you're saying. That would be an audible learner.
And then I have I physically point out. I'm like, okay, this is you see this right here. So there's a lot of things people need to learn to do that and that help out. And another thing about we're talking about doctors. The body has a natural urge to want to heal itself sometimes. And I think a lot of the times these things that are we're not healing because of, like Julie said, all the things we put in our body from our foods and everything like that are stopping the process. It's blocking that. Because, the body it's called homeostasis. I'm sure people have heard of it before. It's not like it's new. Your body wants to heal itself. Your body will physically, if there's something inside of you that doesn't belong there, it will push it to the surface if it can. And it will come right to your skin. It will come right to your skin. It physically can push something out of your body. And a lot of people don't know that because they're so pushed with doctors and doctors and doctors and doctors and doctors, and it's just like too much sometimes. It is. It's ridiculous.
You know, if your child gets sick and they have a fever of 100 or 101 or whatever, it's actually good to let that be like that.
Yeah.
Because
let your body
it allows. Yeah. What we want to do is we want to give them Tylenol or something to take away that fever. But what we're not realizing is the body creates that fever in order to burn up that germ.
Yeah.
It's purposeful.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Well, my son's physician, don't even call unless it's a fever of 102 or over.
Yeah, that's how, that's usually
102 and over.
That's how I play it. Like, even a little cold, everyone's like, knock on wood, I'm gonna knock on my noggin. I rarely get a cold. Very rarely get a cold. And I really think it's because my body's built up so much of its own immunity because I don't go to cough drops. I don't go to cough medicine. I mean, you open my medicine cabinet, that you won't find a decongestant. You won't find much of anything because I always just wasn't sick. I don't know. Maybe I'm lucky. Maybe it's because I'm not, I feel, and people might think I'm gross, but I think if you wash your hands too much, some of the germs are good, some bacteria are good, and they help fight off other things.
Right.
If you constantly wash them away, they're not going to be there. And everyone's so gung-ho on germs spreading and bacteria spreading. Yeah, some bad bacteria is going to spread, and yes, you do have to wash your hands, but I mean, to do it, they teach kids to do it at every little thing now. Every little thing they got to do, wash your hands. I tell them, go outside in the mud. Go play in the dirt.
OCD.
What?
They're literally teaching the kids OCD.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. It's.
Okay, guys, we're all going to wash our hands in the middle of science, in the middle of math, in the middle of social studies, in the middle of the weather report, in the middle of this.
No, they literally have sanitizer on right there. And I feel bad because now it's so many children can't fight the colds and just anything, whether it's a cold or a bug. That's the way I used to get more like a stomach bug. That was always my big thing.
What was the quotation?
I don't know, but
I go to school.
I don't know, but I used to get that a lot. I would get the diarrhea and the vomiting a lot, and that was probably because of my bad eating habits. You know what I mean? I used to really eat bad, and I'm still not the greatest eater in the world, but I've cut back tremendously from where I used to be, and I don't really have that problem anymore. And I'm kind of thinking
we've had such a wide variety of topics.
That's
today.
okay. Just keeping it going.
We're just literally having a blast over here.
We're not ever running out of topics with her at all. We're never running out of topics.
No, she's easy to.
No, easy. We can fly
have
from
any
one topic
questions
to the
out there?
other.
If you guys have,
they're gonna say on which topic.
Yeah.
But that's what it is. Sometimes it's like a meeting of the minds, a chit chat, just sharing knowledge that. We all have different types of knowledge, and together the collective
But I think the point
helps
of the spread over here was that there are other ways to help yourself heal with things naturally, instead of always going to the doctor and getting the
absolutely.
No, not me. If I stop, because I have allergies.
Absolutely.
So when my allergies act up, I get like a stomachache, but I'm usually out for a day. Why? Because I will sweat it out. Literally, I'm underneath so many blankets, sweating it out, and that's it.
Bring cinnamon apples for some Christmas breakfast. Okay. I swear by what Julie's saying with the food. I do it, and so far everybody's alive during the family holidays. So far,
Now, what about temperature? What is anyone's views on temperature and just how, what's a good way to, some people have to turn their heat up high. Does that make a difference with your mood? I'm wondering.
You mean on how hot the house is?
Yeah, like some people, I mean.
I don't like the heat, so I think everybody's different. I keep my heater on 65. Drives my mother nuts because she was always cold.
I think that helped. I think
so. She would come over, I'd turn the heat up, and I'd spend half the time outside because I'm dying in the house.
No, I'm serious. I think that's why a lot of people are sick too. They have to crank their heat now.
Too hot is not good.
No,
too hot is not good.
No, I can't.
Now you know what else is not good?
What?
Closing all your curtains, because apparently if you close your curtains, bacteria builds in the house. The sunlight actually detoxes and cleanses your house. So opening your curtains and letting that sunlight in is also part of it.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's open during the day, closed at night. It's just
and that's what I mean. In circulation, people don't realize they'll shut their windows.
Air out your house.
They'll put the plastic to make it nice and tight because we live with a lot of old houses and stuff like that. So they don't want the cold air coming in. But it's like you gotta keep the circulation going in your home. I don't know. I feel like that's a big help for people too. I don't know.
Well,
too hot is an incubator environment. It's like literally putting your bodies into a livable incubator.
Oh, exactly.
It can be very cold outside, but having your window open just a tiny bit is good to get some air.
Oh yeah,
never a bad thing.
Lori in the chat room says yes, knowledge is power, and it is.
I used to take my kids out in the dead middle of winter, bundle them up, and go for a walk with them. Because at one point, when I had my oldest daughter, I wasn't even driving yet. I was young. So I would put her in her stroller, and I would go walk downtown, meet my grandmother, and it'd be piles of snow outside and everything. And I just felt like, I don't know, I was always...
My son's never home. Literally, he comes in, he checks in, Mom alive. Yeah, Mom alive.
I think...
Mom, I'm going to be late for supper. No,
that's another thing. A lot of kids don't go outside and enjoy the natural...
Yeah, I guess my son's an oddity because he skateboards, he likes to snowboard, he does boxing, so he has all these things that he's out and about doing. So, hello, Mary! My sister Marianne!
That's why I say, Gronk, the big Gronkowski, Gronk, the football player from the Patriots, the big guy, Gronk.
Yeah.
Like, I swear, because he probably did not have the proper nutrition growing up, is why he misses half of the freaking series on Patriots games every year anyway. And I think, honestly, it's because he may be a big dude, but he does not have any proper nutrition and never has. And I think it starts when the kid's little. Same thing, I believe, with the meditation, reading the kids' stories like we did last time.
Right.
Especially with kids with learning disorders, to get them to learn and focus on what you're concentrating on them with. It's breaking things down sometimes page by page.
Exactly.
They don't
No, they don't. It's something that I think right now, that's a whole other topic of conversation, the schools around here. But, yeah, no, my son does on game all the time. I wouldn't allow it even if he did. But he's very big on learning new things. He's always been like that. And even when he comes out paranormal investigating with us, he likes the history part of it. Loves history. That was his favorite teacher. It was his history. So that's awesome. That's just who he is.
That is. Yeah.
Yeah. History
every paranormal team needs a historian.
People, the MCATs and all those strange tests that they have now for the kids to worry about, they focus more on all that than actually teaching kids.
Yeah, they do. I think
we
so.
learned back in the day that was important, you know?
You know what I think is funny too? Is they do not even ask the child how they feel. Like how they make a diagnosis on what parents say and on what they see, but they don't actually sit down and talk to the child about what they're going through.
Complete core evaluation. They do.
Oh, see?
I'm telling you, I have battled for my kids. No, oh, he's got this, he's got ADD, he's got this, he's got that. I said, no. What he has is a terminally ill father who he gets to see in the house all the time. Let me think. Yeah, so, no, that's when I would battle nonstop. And I literally
That's a tough situation, though. He was going through a very tough situation at that time, you know?
Yeah. I mean, he's much better now.
Much better. Oh, yeah?
He even goes over to check on Michelle. He's teaching her rap songs.
Yeah!
Literally. They have this little thing, well, do you know what this song means? And that's the thing, it's like, parents get busy, so he has Auntie Michelle, and I'll talk to him. He even come in and checked on Stephanie today, because that's who he is. You know, you raise him to be curious about things, and I think that's, I don't know how we got on the subject of schools, but that's how, what I think the schools are lacking right now, and that's the other reason why I do what I do, because I want them to ask a question. I want you guys to ask me a question, ask this, ask that, because that's what's missing right now in some of the schools. It's like they don't allow the kids the curiosity or the imagination in order to be able to ask those questions. Literally, ask us here. We'll find somebody that knows the answer if we don't.
Right. Right. It's sad because kids are learning nothing these days. Nothing. Yeah. Even cursive. You know, nothing. Yeah. Anything that we had growing up is gone.
Our secret code.
Eventually it will be, though, for in general. Like, because my son graduated, still can't write cursive.
No.
So I'm wondering if there's something that kids could bring along with them just to help them.
I used to send Adam to school with, I used to call it Mommy's Magic Water, because he was autistic and had Asperger's syndrome. Yeah. So he was very sensitive to smells, touches. I mean, all his senses were highly sensitive. So to get him to put on a pair of socks, I would spray some of Mommy's Magic Spray, where he would smell it, let me put the socks on him, the socks on his feet, they were forgotten. He was starting to have a stressful day at school. Every beginning of every school year, I should say, look, this is Mommy's Magic Water. Don't be afraid to use it. And Adam will ask for it. And in all actuality, all it was aromatherapy to help calm him down.
Exactly.
Yeah. Give him a smell to focus on. Give him a way to literally just bring himself down. Just stay used to that. Mentally, mostly because, you know, he didn't know what I put in there. No, he had no idea. I could have put nothing but vinegar in there.
So here's the thing. Not only has she raised a son who was diagnosed with these issues, not only he graduated, and he's getting ready to go to college.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
And he was in normal school.
I bow to you.
My son never took a special ed class.
Nope.
My son's been through every regular class everyone has. And that poor thing has struggled to prove himself to everybody that he could do it.
Yeah.
And that was simply because he wanted to do it. We had 504s, we had IEPs. He could have chosen to go, you know, to the special needs classes and things like that. But Adam was always adamant, no, he was going to do it like all of his other friends were, all the other kids were doing it. And he made it a point of doing that. But not only did Adam do that, Adam became an anti-bully and taught a heck of a lot of kids about anti-bullying, kids with disabilities and special needs and all kinds of learning problems and people who were dealing with grief, people who were dealing with illnesses. You know, they may have a loved one at home that, you know, like you say with Joe, was passing away from a serious illness. Yeah. My son, thanks, you know, and I always say thanks to Greater New Bedford Folk Tech because Adam was one of the very first autistic kids. Now they have an after-school autism club. They've started to regularly now take a bunch of autism children from the regular repertoire. And it's all because Adam learned about his condition when he was young. And like you say, Joe wants to learn things. He wants to know things. He's curious. He asks questions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's never a stupid question.
No.
Never.
Not even for adults. Not even for adults. And that's why sometimes, like, our shows are really different. And I know Julie herself, Julie Severn here, she has a vast variety of knowledge. And especially with the holidays and the aromatherapy and the meditation and the fact that the past life switch can help you with things like that. It was really a good idea to bring somebody on that could show you, okay, well, there's an alternative this way, there's an alternative that way.
I'm going to have 3 grandbabies, guys.
Huh?
I'm going to have 3 grandbabies. Okay, 2 girls, a boy. I got to start shopping.
There's some time yet.
Darn.
She's so funny. See, everybody missed the goofy Michelle. She gets all excited. Now you're coming around, Michelle.
Oh, I'm telling you, I'm coming back with a vengeance, guys. I never want to be down like that again. I know I'm conflicting. I'm going to have to be patient with it.
Okay, 90 seconds. We got 90 seconds left of the show, but the next time you feel down, we'll have Julie Severn on the show. And don't forget, you guys can get a hold of her right on Facebook. Just announce your 2-page real quick. We got 90 seconds, honey.
Oh my God! I love you, Julie. I love you, Stephanie. I love you too.
You let her talk.
You people out there.
Michelle, I'll mute you. Go ahead.
Okay.
Mind, Body, Spirit Healing Group. And then if you go in there in the announcement part, hit that, you can get into the Mind, Body, Spirit Healing Kitchens and Remedies. And we are posting recipes and all kinds of healing modalities. And then, of course, Goodwill and lives and things like that on our main site. So come and join us and have some fun watching us. And I'm always happy to come here and be on this.
Oh,
we had fun tonight. It was amazing tonight, but it was really, it really was. I hope it. Don't forget, guys, you can follow us on iHeartRadio. So please don't forget ATU Network. And also, if you'd like to become sponsored for ATU Network, just drop a line at atunetwork@gmail.com. We do take donations too to help keep the network alive. So we're happy to hear from you. If you'd like to be a guest on the show and have an interesting topic, we can talk about atunetwork@gmail.com. And we're going to fix this intro to include Steffi's name.
You better believe it. Stephanie, banana,
banana, figure this out. Don't forget. Peace out. Love you guys.
Thanks, Julie. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Good night.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Get that up. Okay.
All right.
Night.